So if you're struggling for mobility around a certain joint, don't just jump to stretching. Stretching pre-workout might not be the best thing to do. There might be a reason that that muscle's tight. It might be an injury or something like that it's trying to protect you from. But also, when we stretch, we reduce the force output of that muscle. And that's not ideal for when we're away to use the muscles. So I'm going to use an example on myself of my shoulder. So I lack external rotation on this side. If I lie on the floor here, we're going to be able to see that as I test this, my right shoulder, my hand goes right to the floor, my left shoulder, my hand doesn't go to the floor. There's tension in that there. So I've got two options in this scenario. I can stretch out my chest, which will give me the same adaptation, but it will reduce the force output in my pec, or I can do what's called a low level isometric. So basically contracting the muscles on this side of the axis and getting contracting, getting firing, and see if I can get a bit more out of it, which would then upregulate them, get them ready for exercise. So the way that I do this, without any assistance, if I had someone here with me, I could just get them to push against the back of my hand. Doesn't need to be a lot of force, just needs to be a little bit to get them going. But I'm just going to use this plate. So if I lay back, and I'm just going to push against this plate for 4 seconds, and then I'll come back out, and I'll go again, and I'll keep contracting through the back here. So I'm pushing into here to contract these muscles. Now when I test that, I should be able to get a full range on that muscle. So that's one way that we can do that. And where I would use that personally is if I'm doing something like a barbell squat, for instance. That's when I'm going to need that mobility to get into that externally rotated position. I've had instances in the past where I used to get bicep tendonitis down that side, and that's what it came from. It was going underneath a barbell, doing a squat, being forced into a position and a range I didn't have. And by doing these low level isometrics, that was enough to mitigate that and stop me from getting that kind of niggling injury. So you can apply this to basically any muscle in your body. You've just got to think about what muscles it is, what joint it is, what range you're struggling to get into, and what muscles would help you get there. It might not always work, it could be a structural thing, but it's worth giving it a try, see how it works for you.